Rudy here from Take a Bath Productions. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up and program this Sofabaton U2 universal remote control to pretty much any of your devices. I say pretty much, we'll be getting into that. I'm going to show you some things I like about it, I don't like about it, whether or not you can use this on an Amazon Fire Stick, a Roku stick, a gaming device, any of that stuff. Okay, so let's turn that camera around and let me show you how this thing works. So you will need an app on your phone to program this remote, so head on over to your app store and download the Sofabaton app. Once you get into the app, go ahead and put in your credentials, set up an account, give them your email, make up a password, all that good stuff. And once you do that and open up the app, you should land on a page that looks like this. So we're working with a U-Series remote. Go ahead and hit U-Series. Now we need to pair the remote to the phone. So to do that, you're going to want to push the dash and the E buttons together right here and hold them down. Okay, it says pairing. Connect came up right away, so that's a good sign. And it does connect pretty quickly. All right, so super simple to add devices to this. I'm just going to show you the basic stuff first. Go ahead and hit add. Now we're going to be using infrared. I'll show you the Bluetooth thing later. So infrared, search in the database. We're working with a Vizio TV. Vizio's right here. And unfortunately, you have to know the model number to your TV. So if you have a cabinet with several devices in there and all the model number stickers are on the back, you will have to pull them out and get the model numbers to your devices. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and enter our model number. I wrote it down, VO32L. Here it is right here, HD TV A, right there. So these are all the possible functions of the remote. If you want to test any of these functions, you can press them here on the remote, and what you'll do is you'll point the device at the TV while you're doing that. But we're not going to do that. I know it works. Next, you can name your device right here, and you can select an icon. We've already got a TV icon there, but if you wanted to change it, you can do that. I'm going to stick with TV and hit complete. So what that's going to do is going to download the database to the remote. The advantage of doing it this way is we've specifically put in the model numbers, so we should work right off the bat. Okay, so that took a good minute and a half, not extremely fast. Let's go ahead and hit complete, and we'll just add in another device just for the sake of it. Same thing, infrared, search in the database. I'm working with a Pioneer amplifier, so let me type in Pioneer. Here it is. And same thing, you got to know your model number. Luckily, the model number on this one is on the front. VSX 9500. Here we are. And once again, it shows us all the possible buttons. I'm going to hit next right here, and we can reset our icon to a stereo receiver and hit complete. So that's it for the real basic functions of the remote. If you don't need to do anything fancy and you just want to control devices like that, then you're already going to be on the road. But if you do need to do a few fancy things, go ahead and stick around and I'll show you how to do all those. Go ahead and hit complete. And there we go, there's our two devices. Right now, let me show you how to teach the Sofabaton remote from another remote. Either if you have a current device that needs updating, like something isn't working properly and you have the original remote, or you can actually add a complete new device from scratch with nothing but learn keys. First, let's just say our Pioneer right here. Let's say the power button isn't working properly, okay? Let's hit remote keys right here. Now this gives me the option to select any of the buttons to reteach those buttons something that doesn't work properly. I'm going to just say power, reassign remote key. That's not the one we want. We want to learn from the original remote. So now what we're going to do is we're going to reteach our power button. So I'm just using this remote as an example. Let's go ahead and push that. Learning failure. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes if you hit it twice, then it works. All right, so now what we've done is we've retaught our power button. You can do that with any of those keys. Now let's add a device from scratch. Infrared, learn from the original remote. You're going to set up the remotes like I've got them here. Next, let's just start teaching the remote. Power. Let's just use our volume up. We're going to use that for our fan speed. Sometimes you got to hit these twice. You get the idea. You just match whichever buttons you want. All right, so once you get all those done, just hit next. Now we're going to rename this Dyson fan. Done. And we'll just change the icon. There is no icon for a Dyson fan, so I'm going to select any old thing. It doesn't matter. Next. Now we have a new device. If you notice here, We have Dyson fan listed right there. So we'll test that in a little while. So I really do like that you can do that. You can set up a window air conditioner, a light, whatever you want, and it should still work. It doesn't have to be a TV or VCR or anything like that. So that's a big like on that. And one thing I really don't like is, I don't know if I've mentioned this earlier, but the screen on this thing is just not bright enough. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. So a lot of universal remotes have what they call a volume lock feature, where you can assign the volume buttons to operate the volume of your soundbar or amplifier, no matter what mode you're in. If you're in TV mode, those volume buttons will still work your amplifier. You have to reassign keys to make that work. So let's just say we want to reassign the volume buttons on our TV. So let's hit TV, remote keys. We want to reassign our volume buttons. So hit volume up. Let's reassign that one. Okay, so reassign remote key popped up on our menu right here. Now what we want to do is reassign that to the Pioneer volume up right here. We got a little check mark there. Done. So now what I want to do real quick is show you how to program in a macro sequence. What that means is you can push one button and it'll send out multiple commands to your devices. Makes it very nice to be able to power on everything all at the same time. So to do that, let's just say, for example, let's go to our Vizio. Now what we want to do is hit remote keys, and we're going to use this button up here. So I'm going to push that one on the remote because we're going to program that key to the macro. We got our new menu popped up. Create a macro for this key. Now we can add commands to that button. Existing buttons, yes, that's what we want. So now we're on Vizio, and what we'll do is hit the power button for the Vizio right here, add another command, existing button, Pioneer. Now we'll hit the power button for the Pioneer. We can add more commands, but we don't need to. I'm just showing you how to do a 2-command macro, power and power. Next, all right, for the current device. So we have to be in TV mode to make this work. Save. So to answer the question I asked at the beginning of the video, can this thing be used on a Roku, a Fire Stick, or a Sony, or something like that? Well, the answer is for the most part you can. It does have a Bluetooth function, but I still haven't been able to get any universal remote to work with Roku. I don't know what it is about Roku, but without using the original remote, I haven't been able to get anything to work. So to make that work, click Add. Now this time, instead of infrared, we're going to select Bluetooth. So these are the devices that it'll work with. We got Android box, Android TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, that's the one I'm going to show you, NVIDIA, Sony. So nice, it'll work with all of these boxes. But of course, Roku isn't listed on here. So let's go ahead and click Fire TV. And it wants you to put in an icon, so we'll use that one, the Amazon logo, and then continue. Now what's going to happen is it's going to disconnect from the phone. I've already got it paired up to the phone as I showed you earlier. So when we disconnect that, now we're going to try to connect it up to our Amazon device. Okay, so here's the instructions it gives you, but let me just show you how to do that real quick. So we're moving over to our Amazon device, and we're using our original Amazon remote, as you can see here, to get this to work. And I'm in settings, and I'm on network. Okay, so let's come down here to Bluetooth devices, not Amazon Fire remotes, but other Bluetooth devices. Add Bluetooth device, and there's our Sofabaton. So go ahead and click that, and connected. Works, all right? So now we should be able to use our Sofabaton, and it works. So I just wanted to make a quick notation here. If your selected device is your streaming device, like here we have the Fire TV, the remote doesn't know to automatically use volume and stuff like that for your TV. So in order to avoid switching back and forth like this, all you have to do is reassign the keys to the Fire TV to work with your TV. Like I showed you earlier, Fire TV, remote keys. I've already reassigned these keys. So let's go volume up, reassign remote key. And as you can see, we got Sony selected right there. And I've got volume up selected. So that's all you have to do. Volume down, reassign, volume down right there under the Sony. So that way you can stay in your streaming mode and then the TV volume controls will work and you don't have to switch back and forth. But what if you feel like you've just messed everything up and you need to start from scratch? Go ahead and go back to the home page right here and click the 3-dot menu, hit Settings, and Restore to Factory Settings. All right? So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, comment below. And if not, thank you for watching.